Hey guys, what's going on? It's Darrell Addison at torpedopot.com. Darrell Addison at torpedopot.com. I wanted you to see this aged planter. Listen very carefully. If you get anything from me, I want you to understand what's going on here, okay? First of all, this planter is over 2 years old. This planter has already produced over 27 tomatoes. This planter has produced flowers that we've eaten off of, hundreds of nasturtium flowers, edible flowers. This planter grew celery that was 2.5 foot tall. They were tall stalks of celery. And now it's continuing into the winter by maintaining our winter crop, which is celery. Now, this is like a dissecting experiment, okay? What we're going to go through and find out how many tomato plants were in this planter. And so let's do a little experiment here. So I'm assuming that this is one. So I'm not going to pull it out because the root system's in the planter, and these are self-growing planters, and they grow your food for you. So I'm going to leave the systems in here, these root systems, to decay, but we're going to take them out one by one. So one. Let me see. Two. Three. Four. 5, 6. These are tomato plants now, okay? 7, 8. There's got to be more here. Ah, look at this. 9. So Mr. Addison had 9 tomato plants inside of this torpedo pot. 9 tomato plants. Grew over 27 tomatoes, and it's underneath 2 big trees here. So it gets not a lot of sunlight, but it gets maybe some evening sunlight and stuff like that. So now we have, let's cut back to nasturtium. These are flowers, okay? Now I can't begin to tell you how many of these little vines are here, but I can estimate in this little footprint right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. About 25 in this one foothold. This one area. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's say 10. 10 that look like 25. That would be like 250 plants right there. This is just estimations, okay? You can actually be the judge yourself. Let's pick it up so you can take a look at it. Again, this is all science that we're doing here together. All right, so you see how varied they are? Yeah, so it could easily be 25, I guess, in that little area there. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, about 25. I'm estimating, okay? All right, so let's assume that. Now we're going to take these out. 250 flowering plants. We try to cut around the celery. I don't want to pull the celery out yet. Try my best. Let's give it a try. Okay. Starting to look good, isn't it? Starting to clean up very well. My goodness. I'm very proud of what we're able to do here. Forgive me, guys. This is part of an experiment also, so we get to put these little dead limbs aside for now. Oh, look, we got another tomato plant. Ooh, man. That's amazing. So let's go back here again. Yeah. Oh, that looks great. That looks great. Now, You're gonna love this. This is the most that I've ever taken on a planter since since conception. I don't, you see all this growth and stuff, this is from the year, dude. This is from March to December. All this growth from March to December. So, I mean, I fertilize not fertilize, I don't use fertilizer, I supplement. All right, because I'm doing fruiting, I supplement in a small area, I supplement for the biotic growth to continue to fester, to live. But we shy away from, even though synthetic fertilizers will work in your planter, it'll work with any soil. The difference between the soil that we use and what you'll find in some stores is that the particles that they use are very fine. They're not the particular wood particles. Those wood particles, they create a lot of the fungal activity that you're looking for in your planter, because it was the fungus that grew those wood particles. So they're native and they grow. So you choose what you want to do. So with that being said, I'm going to back off and I'm going to start cutting this back here. I think a lot of you are looking for a deeper explanation from me, and I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. So, my background is pharmaceuticals. Look at this. Now I get to focus in on the celery. Let me do this. Okay. And now I can focus on the celery. All right. Okay. Now, total celery stalks in here, I would say, is about, we have 3 celery stalks. Maybe more than 3. Let's clean it up and find out. Yeah, let's do that. These are just the limbs, so these aren't stalks, okay? All these are the limbs that are coming out. Then after we cut the limbs out, we can probe a little bit deeper. I'm cutting off the non-performing limbs right now, okay? Now, you have to understand that had this celery been in a climate that was conducive, much more conducive for its growth, I'm not too sure it will ever die. I'm sure you can run your vegetables for a long period of time in a torpedo pot. As long as that biotic environment is sustainable, it can run. All you do nothing else. You can supplement, like I said, with, in our case, we use we have to create a potassium because we're doing a lot of things. We do a 3-12-12 formula when we fertilize. I haven't fertilized these in maybe about three months now. I fertilized these in 3 months. I don't, because the tomatoes are gone. So the only thing I have to do, the foliage. And the foliage, the nitrogen is being released by the planter itself. So you have the nitrogen's already there. So this is great. And this is beautiful. Man, this is absolutely beautiful. I love this. I love this. So you guys should be able to do fine with these planters and do well with the technology. It should be able to meet your needs. All right, now let's start to cut a little bit more of this. I want to go down a little bit deeper, go deeper into the non-performing. So I'm questioning all the limbs now. Now these, I shouldn't even throw this away because it's great. So I think I might use that in the soup. We'll see. I'll go through it. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Anything hanging over, just discard of it. Yep, anything hanging over. Go for your fresh ones all the time. Yeah, it's hanging over, just dump it. That's why I tell you, now listen to me. Stop, I don't want you to eat dead food. That's why when you're growing your food and it starts to grow in abundance, it is your responsibility to come out and before they get aged and start falling over, to utilize that food. It's the job of the planter's responsibility to bring that food to your table. So if you're going to grow a lot of food in a planter, then it's your responsibility to find out, how do I take care of my food in my planter? All right? When you see your food hanging over and it's time to pull it out, come get it and take it out of there. If you don't, it may rot and damage and create an environment that you don't want. You know, the soil is going to try, the plant is going to try to survive as much as possible. And we've given it all the tools that we're thinking that it needs to survive at this point in this juncture. And so it should do well. But anything questionable, I'm taking out. Let's take all this stuff out of here. Now, I'll do a little bit more, and then we can call it a day. Man. And this is what I do in my spare time. I come out and enjoy myself in the garden. I love being in the garden. Yep. Yep. So let's get the rest of this out of here. Okay. Yeah. Nah. Oh, well, I think it's right. Yeah, it is. I think that's the police flexing his powers. Somehow believe. This is beautiful. I love it. I love it. Okay, so this is beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Darryl Addison at TorpedoPot.com. I know I talked about it a lot. I know I did a lot of rambling, but trying my best to make this world one better place. And I know you can too. And we'll do it together. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.